So I don't know what happened to the first part of my stream or my recording because I'm coming into a thought midway after I'd already done an introduction. So here it is. Welcome back to another exciting adventure of the UberCaste featuring the plain truth or pensamientos del viejo. I'm going to be ranting about appealing to the Bible to justify believing that the earth is flat. So there are a lot of flat earth believers who believe that the Bible is a flat earth book. I am not one of them. I've made it abundantly clear numerous times because I want people who hear flat earthers talk about their belief about geography that if someone says, oh, the Bible, did you know the Bible actually teaches that the earth is flat? Did you know that? I want people to know that there's another person who believes that the earth is not a globe, but doesn't believe that the Bible is a flat earth book. And I'm not just some Joe Schmo. I've got a master's degree in biblical studies, and I've been a student of the Bible for over 40 years. Okay, so I have a vested interest in this discussion. Trust me. Believe me when I tell you, if I believed the Bible taught the earth was flat, I would be shouting it from the rooftops. It makes no sense for me to take an opposing stand, even against 99%. 99.9%. Everybody just nom. Talk about how the Bible's a flat earth book. Show me those verses again. How many verses are there? Over 200 verses? No, there's not. No, there's not. There's not even one. The Bible is not a flat earth book. Stop telling people it is, and stop appealing to a non-scientific reference. Because the Bible is not science, it's allegory. Nothing in the Bible is literal. It is allegory. It has literal reference points, right? There is a sun, there is grass, there is herbs, and there are oxen, and there are, like, those things exist. But the Bible is not making scientific claims. It puts bats in the same category as birds. But they're not both the same species, right? You can't make the Bible what it's not, and it is not a science book. So, anyway, didn't mean to rant for 3 minutes about what I'm going to rant about for the next 26 minutes, but thanks so much for checking out my content. As always, if you are hearing the sultry sound of my voice for the very first time, please make sure you subscribe and hit that bell notification so that you can be notified whenever I put out new content, and make sure that you also like this video. Make sure you please comment in the comment section. Just remember that the comment section is for love. It's not for hate. Haters can smurf off. Go smurf yourself. Don't make hateful comments. Okay, we're here for construction and deconstruction of falsehoods, but the construction of truth. Okay, so, and then share the content, please. Share the content. So, yeah, I'm just gonna stop talking so that I can start talking. Try to get rid of this menu bar. Okay. No one who believes that the earth is not a sphere would ever come up with the term flat earth. No one would. No one would ever do that. Let's go back 5,000 years into the past. Two people standing there talking about the distance, the mountains in the distance. They would never talk, oh, do you think the earth is flat or the earth is curved between us and that? They would never, the description flat earth is controlled disinformation. No one who is a flat earther would have ever described the earth as flat. That only comes about in response to a contrary claim that the earth is a sphere, the earth is a globe, or whatever you want to say it. I don't trust any of our history. I don't believe anything that, unless you can allegedly show me an original document. Why is this video tweaking out? Hold on real quick. Like, this should have been a 20-minute video. All right. So just playing this in the background while I'm talking. This is my own footage. But if you did your own research, like I've done my own research on this topic, all you're ever going to get is a circle jerk of referencing the same story over and 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 over again. It doesn't matter what institution you choose. If it's a homeschooling institution, if it's a university, if it's a college, if it's a high school, if it's a middle school, if it's an education.edu website, all you're going to get is a cut and paste. They're all going to say the same thing. They're all going to tell you the same story. But you have to go back far enough to fact check, and there's no way to do that. It doesn't exist. You can't find the original story when Al-Biruni took all of his notes and his measurements and blah, 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 blah. It doesn't exist. We have to rely on the retelling of history to us about these things. And when they do that, and when we pay attention, that's where we find the loopholes. There is no conspiracy without reasonable doubt. Reasonable doubt is the mother of conspiracy. If there's no hole in the explanation, then there's never going to be a reason to question the story. I feel like you guys aren't seeing enough of this house. Getting affected by the Ætherband. Everybody drink. This is a Fata Morgana event. Whatever. Listen to the sultry sound of my voice rant, and then this is the background video footage. So, why is this tying into the Bible? Because no one in the Bible would have thought in terms of flat Earth. They wouldn't have. That wouldn't be an issue. That's all they knew was proximity and distance. The tree is close to me. The mountain is far away. I go to that mountain. There's another mountain. I go to that mountain. There's another mountain. They're just walking distance. They are never going to call it flat because there's mountains and valleys. That's not flat. No one would have ever called it or said flat. So the only time I can think back, and I'd have to go back into the recesses of kindergarten or first grade or whatever, Christopher Columbus proved that the earth was not flat. Back in the day, before Christopher Columbus, people thought that the earth was flat. The earth was flat. But that begs so many questions, because it's like, why would they ever say that? Because there's mountains and trees and rocks, and that's not flat. No one would ever have said anything about flat earth. It would have always just been the land, which is now a good segue into why the Bible is not a flat earth book. Okay? You're going to have to do your own research on this. I've mentioned this to at least 3 prominent flat earth channels, like major, and no one has followed up with me. No one is saying, Travis, I really don't understand what you're saying. Like, why would you say this? No one is interested, which is completely antagonistic to our mindset as flat earthers. If I gave evidence, or if I made a claim against the globe to a globe proponent and he ignored it, I would then call him dishonest. Or as Austin did yesterday about another guy, a liar. Because Austin said, we've told this guy what the answer is and he's ignoring it, but he's now still spouting the same stuff. Okay? So my question is, I'll just say it, David Weiss and Matt Long and Brian Staveley, I have repeatedly tried to make comments that are amenable and amicable and saying the Bible is not a flat earth book. We have to stop saying this. No 3 of you, not one of the 3 of you, has followed up to find out what I mean by what I mean and why I would say it. So why is that? That's really weird. Because now you're acting like a baller. with your fingers in your ears, the Bible's a flat earth book, the Bible's a flat earth book. And when I offer up an explanation for it, you just ignore it. Or you're not even you don't even care. That's just weird. So, the reason why the Bible is a flat earth book is not, edit that part out. The reason why the Bible is not a flat earth book is this is going to be conceptual. I'm not going to spend time to make this a detailed and take you down. That's not going to be helpful. You're just going to have to hear my explanation. And if you're interested, we can have a dialogue about it, and then I can unpack it for you, but I'm not doing it right now in this video. It's just not going to happen. Okay? First of all, you and I do not read the Bible in the original languages. We don't read the Bible in Hebrew, Aramaic, or Greek. So we have to rely upon a translation. But the thing we have to understand is that every translation is an interpretation. It's not a straight translation. Otherwise, it would read really, really, really not like English. Okay? Because the structure in the syntax of Hebrew and Greek doesn't follow English. So if we did it literally, it would be weird English, although literally translated. But even then, we have to decide how we're going to translate certain words. So it is my claim that translating the Hebrew and the Greek word for land, because eretz means land. That's all it means. It doesn't mean ground, that's Adamah. It means land. Okay, so there's a difference between Adamah and eretz. Okay? Ground and land. The Bible, and in the Greek, it's the word where we get geometry, G-E, gamma eta, right? Gamma eta, or gay, if you would pronounce it that way. That word means land. Okay? So it translating eretz and gay as earth is not correct. Because the Bible doesn't have a concept of the earth as, if you're a glober, because there are a lot of Christians who believe that the earth is a globe, right? And when they read the word earth and they read the word land, they have two different concepts in their mind. But in the Hebrew, it's the same word. Why would you have two different concepts? Okay? I'm going for the denotation, not the connotation. Okay? If you want to address issues of connotation, you're going to have to show me specific references, not just say, oh, what about Travis? We use words all the day and then loosey-goosey, whatever. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the Bible. The Bible has eretz and the Bible has gay. Translated the same way every single time, but they don't in the translations. In fact, if you read, say, the book of Isaiah, there are passages or verses where the same Hebrew word, eretz, in the same verse and the same passage is translated as earth and then land. That makes no sense because there's nothing in the context that shows you that there's a different idea with earth. But in our minds, when we read, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth, that's the entire system. But that's not the Bible's concept of earth. The Bible has no concept of the entire globe or the entire flat earth. It just doesn't. You're going to have to show me at what point in the Bible it starts to do that because you're not going to find it. Have fun. The Bible is concerned with the story of one particular people group that has relationships with proximate nations around them. Okay? The nation of Israel, or the 12 tribes of Israel, the sons of Abraham, okay, only knew about the land as far as the eye could see. That's land, that's land, that's land, that's land. They would never have started calling it earth. It's eretz. That's it. Okay? So the Bible doesn't ever talk about the earth as a macrocosm. Well, Travis, look at it here in the English. It says, look at the whole earth, the whole earth. Okay, you're not listening. That word earth should not be translated earth. It should be translated land. Well, how does that change it? It changes it because it's talking to a particular people group about the land that they are in. So the whole land, right? Just like in Luke chapter 2, I think it is, when we're told that Caesar taxed the entire empire. It says he taxed the whole earth. Did he tax the Chinese? No. Did he tax the Australians? No. So it's not the whole earth. It's just that realm. Okay? It's always proximate and immediate distance. It's never distant distance. It's never talking about North America, never talking about South America, never talking about New Guinea. It's always talking about Egypt, Assyria, Babylon, Ethiopia, Nineveh, that's in Assyria. Okay, look, Cush, Ethiopia, Egypt, Assyria, Babylon, whatever, 5 or 6. Let's give it 10, like 10 nations, right? That's it. That's all they're concerned with. Israel and the surrounding relationships that she has with the nations. Anyway, so please, David, Brian, stop saying the Bible is a flat earth book. It's not. The story the Bible is talking about has nothing to do with flat earth. It's talking about the land of Israel and the lands around them. That's it. I don't know how else to say it. If you're either going to just outright reject what I'm saying, which is just a hand wave dismissal, which is not responsible scholarship, okay? You're going to have to take into consideration what I'm saying and then find ways to falsify what I'm saying. I'll help you out. Genesis 1:1. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the land. What else could he mean, Travis, except for the whole earth or the whole land or whatever? Excuse me for saying earth. I don't even know what to say anymore. I'm so afraid to say words because you say that we're not supposed to say them anymore. Okay? We have to understand that the Bible is not written chronologically. Okay? Many scholars believe that the entire Old Testament was the creation of the Babylonian exile. That their story came together and they started to collaborate and put things together. And then, there is a particular order to the story per se, but it's what the story is about. And so we have to understand that there are clear examples in Deuteronomy, Isaiah, Jeremiah, all of those other prophetic books. There are clear examples that Israel is referred to as the heavens and the earth. Okay, Isaiah 65 is one of those examples. So what is being created in Genesis 1? Israel. It's an allegory. He's not creating the physical heavens and the physical earth. The first chapter of Genesis is not about the creation of the physical universe. It's absolutely not. It's a social, religious, political institution that's being created by the powers that be. So again, the Bible is a social, religious, political text. It's literature. And it's written in a particular way that's not literal. So we need to stop using we don't have to appeal to a magic book. Right? I mean, I don't even know what Dave's view of the Bible is in terms of inerrancy and infallibility and who wrote it. You know what I mean? Like, you'd almost have to, I don't even know. But that doesn't matter. We have to simply understand the parameters of understanding what the Bible is about is given to us by the Bible itself. It's like Gandalf on the bridge. Thou shalt not pass. Like, don't cross this line. This is what the Bible is about. If you want to go outside the bounds and color outside the lines, then you're going to mess with the story. And then when you take your green and blue marker and say that the earth is the Bible's a flat earth book, You're using crayon to like try to help Da Vinci improve the Mona Lisa. Stop. He doesn't need your help. That's not the idea he was trying to convey. Stop putting your idea. You don't need the Bible. You don't need to appeal to there's no reason to appeal to the Bible. You have science. That's it. That's absolutely all. That's hard enough. Is that not hard enough? To combat that avenue of information? To me, it is. That's way hard enough. Just think about what Jim Fetzer did with Austin and Dave Weiss the other day. You know? He appeals to the authority of history that he's never verified. And we have to understand that the entire trying to think of how to say this. The entire argument of the ball earth goes back to the longest stretch into antiquity. Whenever you want to say is the first person to think that the earth was a globe or a sphere or whatever. Okay? Let's go with Eratosthenes, right? Eratosthenes allegedly already assumed the earth was a globe. He already had the idea. It wasn't like he measured distance and then figured it out. Oh. So it was confirmation bias, whatever that story is, and I don't even believe the story. Okay? But I'll tell you what, this was the very first topic that I investigated when I was looking into flat earth. And it was my investigation into Eratosthenes and all of the other links that I went to for Eratosthenes. They all said the same thing. There was no way to fact check it. And he assumes three things that he hasn't proven. He assumes the earth is a globe. He assumes that the sun is a great distance away, and that the sunlight is coming in parallel rays. Three assumptions. Oh, but Travis, we have all of these things today that we... Okay. All of those things can be represented in a language called math. And you can make it say something different, but it functions the same way. If you don't understand that, then you don't belong in this conversation. It doesn't matter how you can mathematically explain how Rudolph can fly, or how Santa Claus can shrink down to a size where he can go through the chimney, because after all, he's fat and jolly, right? All of these magical things that Santa Claus needs to do. You could write a mathematical equation for those and go, look, we have all of this evidence that Santa Claus exists, but you've never proven that he does. Oh, but look, we can explain how he goes around the earth in one night, and we can explain how he gets there, and we can explain how he... All of these are subservient. All of these points are subservient to this point. All I have to do is say Santa Claus doesn't exist, and then the rest of it goes away. So you have to go back and listen to that argument that Jim Fetzer was putting out, because he was just spitting out all of these yeah buts. And our ultimate argument has to go all the way back and say, all of your science is based upon this claim, this claim, this claim, but all of these claims are based upon one assumption. That you now say that all of your maths proves it was right. Oh, we just assumed, and look, oh, it just works. Oh, look, all of this stuff just points to the fact. No. That's all on paper. That's all mathematical. Even if you talk about geodetic surveying, they take horizontal, vertical measurements, and then those, excuse me, I'm going to say that again. They take horizontal and vertical reference points and measure those things. They measure those, and then they calculate in the globe, the curvature. They didn't measure curvature. They took their physical measurements that they did have,
used those points of references, and then said, okay, if it's curved mathematically, this is what, and look, oh look, so don't look over here, because over here all we measured was distance and elevation. Look at this shiny little globy ball that we have to show you here. There's curvature. But you can't demonstrate it, you can't test it. If you don't understand what I'm saying right now, you don't belong in this conversation. Unless you're interested in understanding this, then you should be asking questions. Follow-up questions to even what I'm saying, because I'm just riffing off the top of my head right now. But, just to go back, on the Bible, please stop depending on the Bible to prove flat earth. We don't need it. Look, what do I have to gain from challenging this, except that I believe that it's true? The Bible is not a flat earth book. Stop using it. That's why I'm saying this, because I'm interested in the truth. If you three men, Brian Stavely, Dave Weiss, and Matt Long, if you three men are about the truth, then I would challenge you, like, David, I don't have 3 Bitcoins to give you. But you need to research this. If you have no interest in researching this, if you're just going to keep spouting this, then you're irresponsible. I don't even know if you're going to see this. If you see this, then please let me know. Just let me know that you've seen it. Otherwise, whatever. But I'm putting this out there for other people. We don't need the Bible to prove what we believe about the earth. That has nothing to do with it. Even if it did. Even if the Bible did talk about the earth being flat in the way that we're talking about it scientifically now, we don't need that. That's not science. Right? We're talking about scientific measurements and scientific observations that we can make. And, whatever. It just, I talked out loud. I said, oh dear God, David, this morning I was listening to it. And I heard him go down the rabbit hole of the Bible and flat earth. And I was like, please don't say it. Please don't say it. He's like, the Bible's a flat earth book. That's just, David, it's irresponsible. It's irresponsible. You need to stop saying it. Or let's set up a debate. It doesn't even have to be you. I'll debate anyone. Any Christian who believes the earth is the Bible is a flat earth book. I'll debate them. And then there it is. I've already had a discussion with Quantum Eraser on Iron Realm Media like 4 years ago. Okay, so I've already explained this. It's been 4 years. It's been out there. And every single time I get into a chat and somebody's talking about the Bible being a flat earth book, I'm like, stop saying that. It is not. You should be interested. It's like my dad not even wanting to know about flat earth. He has no interest in it, right? But he knows I believe it. That's just irresponsible. He's just going to hold on to his ball. You want to hold on to your magic book that you call the Bible. Why? You're just being like an indoctrinated baller. And now you're indoctrinating other people by telling them that the Bible's a flat earth book. But you're not telling them that there's an option. You don't tell them that, oh, by the way, I need to make this disclaimer. There is a flat earther out there, Travis Finley, the Plain Truth, the UberCaste, who does not believe that the Bible is a flat earth book. I just want you to know that so that you have full disclosure. Okay? There is at least one flat earther who doesn't believe that the Bible. Now, however, I'm David Weiss. I believe that the Bible is a flat earth book. But, David, I could take you to town and walk you through how your understanding is based on assumptions that can't be proven. That's irresponsible. So whatever. Whatever. This is what it is. So please feel free to make comments. Anything that's going to be taken antagonistically, make sure you read your comment a couple of times. Make sure it comes across the right way, because I am willing to entertain these things and perhaps come back and do a reading, and if there's any responses or whatever. I would appreciate honest interaction, honest questions, because I am interested in the truth, and I think that it is not true to say to people that the Bible is a flat earth book. So there we go. All right. Don't know why I put my glasses back on except to look smart and smarmy and all that kind of stuff. So this has been another exciting adventure of the Plain Truth on the UberCast. I'm your host, Travis Finley. Travis. I'm your host, Travis Finley. Until next time.